Oh boy, lots of new fragrances launching soon. Today I'm talking about exciting new fragrances to hit the market very, very soon, or ones that have already hit the market now that I'm looking forward to. So if you like discovering new fragrances, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian, and yes, today I'm talking about exciting new fragrances from great houses out there that I'm excited about, and I'm going to let you know what they are, as I'm always looking forward to the next best fragrance, and these ones to me are very, very exciting. Are you excited about new fragrances? What is your latest and greatest new discovery, or which fragrance you've heard about that's launching soon that you're excited about? Let me know. Put a comment down so I can find out. But before I get to the fragrances, if this is your first time tuning in and you still haven't subscribed, please do click that subscribe button below, and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So yeah, I do these videos every once in a while when I compile new fragrances I'm looking forward to that are coming out. Some of these have launched already, but I've not gotten my nose on them, so I'm going to let you know. But the first one I'm going to talk to you about is DRAKKAR Intense from LAROCHE, or LAROCHE. One of my favorite fragrances in the 80s was DRAKKAR Noir. Sometimes people say they wore this in the 90s. Well, I wore it in the 80s because this was like one of my favorite fragrances. I went through 4 bottles, but they are launching a new fragrance sometime next year, I believe, called DRAKKAR Intense, and I'm very, very excited about it. Although fougères have kind of come around, they've been making, like, brands have been making a lot of fougères. In fact, Diptyque made one called Eau de Minte, which kind of reminds me of DRAKKAR Noir. So I'm looking for DRAKKAR Intense, and we'll see what it's all about. Are you looking forward to this one? I don't have notes information for this one, so I can't say what's going to be in the notes, but most likely they're intensifying DRAKKAR Noir, although it says DRAKKAR Intense, not DRAKKAR Noir Intense. We shall see what it is. If any of you knows anything about this launch, let me know. Put a comment down. The next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about that's launching, or should have just launched, is My Juju from the house of INDULT Paris. They're known for 4 fragrances created by Francis Kurkdjian before Francis Kurkdjian launched his own house, but they're basically really known for Tihota, the vanilla musk fragrance from INDULT. So this is a brand new release that's soon to launch, or it has launched. I haven't been able to get my nose on it, and I'm a fan of this house, but obviously they're not using Francis Kurkdjian anymore, because Francis Kurkdjian is now the in-house perfumer at Dior, plus he has his own brand. But this particular fragrance, My Juju, features lily of the valley, vanilla, cedar, bergamot, amber, jasmine, hedione, musk, and tangerine. So it seems like a floral vanillic take on fragrance, but obviously it's got some ambery touches, it's got some woody touches, and musky touches. And then don't forget the tangerine, or like the citrusy touches as well, along with the bergamot. So I'm looking forward to this one, and these are notes I took from online. Now, 2 fragrances that have not really been announced, but I saw photos of these fragrances from Tom Ford. First one is Rose the Amalfi. No notes. The second one is Rose the Sheen. So I guess Tom Ford's kind of going into the rose direction. Has Rose Prick been really popular or successful for this house, Tom Ford? Because that's the last big rose fragrance they launched. Either way, both of them sound very interesting. Again, no notes. I've seen the bottles, and so Rose the Amalfi is focusing on Italy and the Amalfi Coast. Rose the Sheen, and I'm assuming it's focusing on China. So they would probably go in different directions. Amalfi might be citrusy and fresh. We shall see. I don't know. But always excited about new Tom Ford fragrances, and I'm really, really looking forward to these 2 fragrances from Tom Ford, which are in the private blend collection. I believe these are private blend. I have to track down the photos. Are you a fan of Tom Ford's fragrances? My only negative about Tom Ford's fragrances lately is they keep putting their fragrances in the more expensive private blend collection, which kind of really turns me off. But I think Eben Fumé ended up in the less expensive collection, which is actually great. So maybe these 2 will end up in the less expensive collection as well. But either way, let me know if these 2 fragrances sound exciting to you. Moving on, we've got Molton Brown. They have a fragrance called Jubilant, Pine, and Patchouli. So this is a fragrance I've already ordered. I took advantage of 25% off Black Friday special at Molton Brown, and I bought this one, and I'm excited about it because I do like pine fragrances, and of course I'm a fan of patchouli, so this fragrance does sound exciting. This is a somewhat of an underrated house. I do like their fragrances, but they're mostly known for their really luxurious body shower gels and things like that. So, but still, I'm looking forward to this. It features juniper berries, musk, vanilla, pine, patchouli, and amber for notes. So it looks like it's going to be more like a forest-like smell with that whole juniper berries and pine thing. But there's some sweetness in here, muskiness, and of course that patchouli comes in as well. So fairly exciting. I'm waiting for my package to arrive any day now, hopefully soon, and we will see how this one is. I'll report back to you guys. Same thing with the next one. It's Parfums de Marly and a special fragrance created by Harrods. I just ordered it. It's called HALTANE. I should get it very soon, and then I'll report back on this. But this is in that special green bottle that Harrods look, that their color is that green, kind of almost like an olive green color, which is kind of cool. This particular fragrance, HALTANE, features bergamot, clary sage, saffron, praline, lavender, cedar, and oud. So it's interesting that Harrods they have that salon upstairs. I don't know if Parfums de Marly has this store up there. I can't remember. I don't think they do. But a lot of the fragrances that are like, you know, exclusive for Harrods seems to have oud in the notes. Has anyone tried this one yet? Because it is selling, and of course I'm not in London to buy it physically, so I've ordered it from Harrods and should be in my hands very soon, and I'll report back on this fragrance as well. But let me know if you've sampled this one. Let me know if it sounds exciting. But if anybody's sampled any of the fragrances I'm speaking about so far, let me know. Put a comment down. Next up is a fragrance called AQUA PALMA from the house of MONTALE. I'm always excited about MONTALE's fragrances, and so this one sounds fairly exciting to me. It seems like it could go to the marine or aquatic direction, but seems fairly not that. It features notes of citruses, peach, tuberose, sandalwood, iris, tonka, and ambergris. So ambergris somewhat can be a little aquatic and animalic, so I wonder if that's why they're you know, maybe that's why they're using that note for its kind of aquatic touch, because anytime I see the name or word aqua in a fragrance name, it kind of, to me, refers to being an aquatic. So it doesn't sound too overly aquatic, kind of more of a woody, citrus, floral kind of a thing. We shall see how it is, but AQUA PALMA, exciting fragrance. And ZOOLOGIST Perfumes also has a new fragrance. It's out already, I believe. It's called SEAHORSE. It's created by a favorite perfumer of mine, Julian Rascanet, so I'm very excited about this one. Has anybody sampled it? SEAHORSE, definitely aquatic. I'm very curious about it still. It features notes of algae, ambergris, fennel, ambrette, clary sage, neroli, vetiver, and cardamom. Very unique notes. Algae can come off marine and things like that, so we shall see how this is, you know. Ambergris is also kind of aquatic and marine as well, so like I said, we shall see. I'm very scared of aquatic marine fragrances, more scared of the marine fragrances, because for some reason marine stuff just does not work with my chemistry. I smell like sulfuric kind of smells with marine smells, like sometimes like rotten eggs and things like that. So, but this one doesn't sound like it's going to go in that direction. If anybody smelled it, let me know. Put a comment down. But it's exciting, and it's the nice looking packaging as well. So ZOOLOGIST Perfumes SEAHORSE, one I'm excited about. All right, lots more fragrances to be launching very soon. The next one I'm talking about is Imaginary Authors Fox in the Flower Bed. How many of you have sampled this one? I think it's already out. And I'm always excited to try Imaginary Authors fragrances, and this one seems like it's going into the floral direction, and a really great name. I like this. It almost sounds like it's some kind of an old novel or book, maybe kind of for children or something. I don't know. So just that's what I envision with the name of this particular fragrance, which obviously Imaginary Authors are all inspired by, fragrances inspired by imaginary authors. This one features jasmine, tulip, silver thistle, frankincense, wildflower, honey, pink pepper, air accords, Very, very unique. The last great fragrance from this house was a whiff of a waffle cone. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled that one. It was more of a gourmand fragrance that they created for an ice cream shop. So it wasn't selling for their suggested retail price of $95. They were all selling for $65. Well, that particular fragrance was selling for $65. And I think it's a great sweet gourmand fragrance. But I'm looking forward to Fox in the Flower Bed. Next up, going to the House of Penhaligon's. It's part of the Portraits collection. It's called The World According to Arthur. You know, unique fragrance name, and I like the Portraits collection, although I should dig into the collection further. But this one sounds really, really fun. Again, it's tonka beans, frankincense, ambrette, clary sage, vanilla, grapefruit. Very unique notes combination. But I enjoy tonka beans and fragrances, and I love ambrette. Ambrette's this great musky note that actually is quite sexy. So this one sounds quite nice for me to try, and I'm looking forward to checking it out very soon. Moving on to Rosendo Matu, they just launched number 7. Everybody knows about number 5, but number 7 looks great. Sounds really, really great. It's got lots of oud. Laos oud, vanilla, Thai oud, benzoin, patchouli, sweet notes, spices, jasmine. I'm always looking forward to trying what they've come up with, and I think this one sounds like it's going to do really, really well. I'm excited about it. Number 7, and of course, number 5 is a favorite. Number 1 is also followed up with number 5, but checking out this one sounds really, really great. Sounds like it's going to be very, very oody with a combination of the two ouds, the Laos oud and the Thai oud. So who's a fan of this house? Have you checked out their fragrances? Let me know. I know that they're selling at Lucky Scent, and they're also selling at ZGO Perfumery here in San Francisco. Moving on to Profumum Roma, they have a new fragrance called Dolce Pensieri. How many of you are a fan of Profumum Roma? They haven't launched a new fragrance for a long time, so they've got this particular fragrance which focuses on roses and peony. Great combination. Sounds like it might go in the direction of something like Dolina, but maybe not. It has Bulgarian rose, peony, geranium, sandalwood, vanilla. I'm just guessing. I haven't smelled it. We shall see. I like this house because they are a little oily fragrances. You can kind of also rub them, and nobody's going to scream at you and say, hey, you're burning your top notes or whatever. According to the house or the brand themselves, where I've shot a video in their flagship store in Rome, they actually push the whole rubbing thing with the fragrances of this house because they're all kind of oily fragrances. Anyway, Dolce Pensieri sounds fun. I'm curious to try it, and hopefully I'll get a chance to sample it very, very soon. Next up, Wilhelm Parfumery has London Funk. How many of you knows this one? I've been a fan of this house for a while. Again, another brand I discovered at Barney's, but now I've done a whole video on the house, and I've featured some of their fragrances in various videos. Go find them. You can search for the house on my channel. You can search for any of the houses that I discuss on the channel to find videos or past videos. But this one's called London Funk. Features sandalwood, ambergris, cedar, mate, vetiver, blackcurrant, driftwood, and basil. Very interesting notes. Ambergris seems to be coming up a lot lately. I wonder if it's real ambergris or if it's ambroxan. But either way, I like the name London Funk, and I like the sound of this particular fragrance. So let me know if you like the sound of it as well. Alright, who's a fan of Fragrance du Bois? Let me know. But they have a new fragrance called Cavort. Absolutely love the name of this fragrance. I don't know anything about the fragrance, and I was curious once I found out that they were launching a fragrance called Cavort. And I like the way the fragrance notes sounds as well. We've got patchouli, labdanum, sandalwood, frankincense, rose, orange blossom, cinnamon. So you've got kind of like an ambery, woody, smoky rose kind of a thing with some fresh, soapy orange blossom and some spicy, sweet, warm cinnamon notes. So this one really, really sounds great. I wonder who did it. But from the notes, the way the notes are, you know, presented or announced, I think the fragrance to me sounds really, really great. Of course, with that great name, Cavort. So Mancera also has a fragrance called Fig Ecstasy. I thought to myself, I wonder if they should call it Figstasy. Could have been a fun name, right? Fig Ecstasy is about figs, obviously, and it features fig fruit, fig leaf, vanilla, sandalwood, leather, ginger, incense, tonka beans, benzoin, styrax. So you've got the fruit of the fig tree, and you've also got the tree or the leaf itself. So you've got both the fig notes in there, but it seems like it's a very, very complex fragrance for a fig fragrance because of the vanilla, even leather, and then you've got the tonka, benzoin, styrax, incense. All of these notes will make a very, very complex and very heavy fragrance for a fig fragrance. I hope it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I love fig in fragrances, and I'm excited about Fig Ecstasy. Figs to see. Next up, a brand I don't speak too much about, but I like the way this fragrance sounds. It's Arquiste Peau. Do you know this particular fragrance? It's featuring amber, labdanum, woods, white pepper, coriander, musk, ambergris, clary sage. Peau, I believe, is skin in French. So this has to do with skin and musk and things like that. I like musky fragrances, so I'm very, very excited about this one. It comes in a beautiful black bottle as well, so this one is very, very exciting. I should check and dig deeper into this particular house. I don't know too much about it, but they do have some great fragrances, and recently I bought their vacation fragrance that they did with this this other company. He created, the perfumer is Rodrigo Flores Rue, which is the same perfumer for Peau, but they did a thing, collab on a fragrance called Vacation, which I've discussed on the channel. Alright, next up, going to the house of Comme des Garçons. We've got two fragrances from Comme des Garçons that I'm excited about. First one I'm going to talk to you about is Mirror by Cause, and Mirror by Cause is a very interesting fragrance with interesting notes, powdery notes, turmeric, symphonide, cashmere, and neroli orange blossom. I'm excited about this one. Sounds very, very interesting. I don't really know too much about symphonide, but I really love, Comme des Garçons fragrances. The last fragrance I bought of theirs is called, oh God, what's it called? Sunscreen. Sunscreen. It was like a suntan lotion sunscreen, kind of a beachy kind of a smell, but this one sounds interesting. And the next one, Marseille, created by Quinton Biche, also sounds great. It seems like it's a soapy concoction, and I've been to Marseille 2 or 3 times in my lifetime, and it's a kind of an interesting big city in France, and I love the soaps there, and I think this is inspired by soap. So it features neroli, musk, cosmone, petalia, orange blossom, woods, and amber. So anything soapy, I'm there. I like soapy fragrances because I love clean soapy smells. So this one sounds like it's going to be fun, and named after one of the biggest cities in France, known for soap production. Anyway, that sounds really, really exciting. I'm looking forward to that as well. So it seems that Jo Malone has found a way to get her fragrances out in the world by collaborating and continuously collaborating with Zara. So Zara and Jo Malone have created a series of fragrances called Vibrant Cities by Jo Malone. But the thing is, I've known that Zara has fragrances inspired by cities already in the collection. But these ones are done by Jo Malone. So she's created the perfumes. There's multiple fragrances: Boldly Soul, which focuses on violet, mimosa, and musk; Creatively Shanghai, which focuses on mandarin, cardamom, cedar; Elegantly Tokyo, which focuses on lily, jasmine, and akigala wood; Energetically New York, which focuses on cardamom, jasmine, sandalwood; Fashionably London, which focuses on bergamot, rose, and musk; Gracefully Madrid, which focuses on orange, geranium, and musk; Magnificently Dubai, which focuses on saffron, nutmeg, leather; Stunningly Venice, which focuses on bergamot, red fruits, and myrrh. Where the heck is Paris? They left off Paris. Anyway, these fragrances all sound great. They're also very inexpensive, about 30 bucks each for, I think, 90 ml bottles. I'm very, very curious about these fragrances. I'm almost tempted to buy the whole lot at once. We shall see if I do that. The problem is I don't really like to go smell fragrances at Zara. I don't know why. So I'm always blind buying. And some of the fragrances have turned out fairly good. Let me know if you guys have sampled these fragrances, the Zara Vibrant Cities by Jo Malone collection, or any of the Zara Jo Malone collection fragrances. I'd like to find out. But yeah, I think this way, I think Jo Malone can get her fragrances out, because I think from what I had heard that she's not allowed to create fragrances in the USA because of the big sale she did of her own brand to Estee Lauder many years ago. But is this true? Maybe not. I don't know. But I am definitely looking for the Zara Vibrant Cities by Jo Malone collection. And last but not least, Hugo Boss has a new collection called The Collection. Very simple name. They're launching these luxury fragrances in really cool looking bottles. I like them, the simplicity and things like that. But the sad thing is Hugo Boss fragrances are not very easily found here in the States, where I live especially. especially here in San Francisco. We do have a Hugo Boss store that sold fragrances a long time ago, but they don't even sell fragrances. But I'm excited about these because they're created by some well-known perfumers. Magnetic Musk, created by Michel Girard, which focuses on musk, sandalwood, iris, tonka, beeswax. And Confident Oud, which I couldn't find the name of the perfumer, and features oud and bran. Elegant Vetiver sounds really, really great, created by Sophie Labbe. Labdanum, Cashmeran, Haitian, and Java Vetiver. Pistachio and Juniper Berry. That one sounds great. I'm a big fan of Vetiver. I'm kind of circling back to enjoying this note a lot more because I kind of fell out of love with it. Sometimes that happens. But Vetiver has gotten exciting for me again, and this one sounds great. The pistachio note with Vetiver sounds kind of fun. Vigorous Cologne by Jan Bosnier, and features patchouli, moss, rosemary, orange blossom, bergamot, mandarin. Fun fragrance, kind of be a very, very fresh fragrance, I believe. Next fragrance is Noble Wood, created by Olivia Jacobetti. Hey, exciting, she's back. Cedarwood, bourbon vanilla, oak wood, cardamom whiskey. This one sounds really, really great. It sounds like a woody, vanillic, boozy. We shall see how it is, but that sounds exciting. Energetic Fougere, also created by Olivia Jacobetti, and features sandalwood, white musk, rose, geranium, artemisia, angelica seed. That one sounds really, really fun. I'm glad to see she's back and doing some fragrances because I really like her creations. The next fragrance is my favorite perfumer, or created by my favorite perfumer, Daring Saffiano, created by Dominique Ropion, which features leather, patchouli, geranium, osmanthus, davana. That one sounds really, really great. I love davana and fragrances, and of course it's got patchouli, leather. Yum, sounds really, really great. And the last fragrance, a Bold Incense by Loc Dong, frankincense, charcoal, plum, geranium, violet leaf, frankincense. Very unique notes, right? Charcoal. Anyway, that's the last fragrance I'm talking about from the Hugo Boss, the collection of fragrances. Will they make it here to the States? I don't know. We shall see. Most likely they'll make it here to the discounters. But who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll sell them at the boutique here. We can go check them out there. But I am excited about this collection, especially knowing that there's some great perfumers behind the collection. And the bottles look great as well. What do you guys think? Anyway, that's the end of the collection of fragrances I'm discussing with you today. The newness, new fragrances coming out soon that I'm excited about. What are you excited about? Let me know if you like the idea of some of these fragrances I discussed with you today. And of course, Haltane and the Molten Brown fragrance, as soon as I get them and test them out, I'll report back here. We'll do videos about them and you'll find out all about these fragrances. But let me know which fragrances sound exciting to you in this video. Anything else new that's coming out or that has just come out that you are excited about or have already purchased that you are loving? Put a comment down so I can find out and I can go check myself as well. Either way, guys, I appreciate you tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.